Welcome to the Thrivers Life series, the creation of your highest and your best life after narcissistic abuse. So today I want to talk about an incredible energy phenomenon that's taking place. At MTE, we are truly in the trenches, seeing how the community is travelling and what people feel and need. And right now we're seeing so much happening for people in the way of the breakdown of their old order to make way for their breakthroughs. And this seems to be happening universally, even to thrivers who've been doing a great job of up-leveling their lives. And this is why I wanted to address this today, to help all of you get a grip on what's going on in these huge energy shifts, as well as how to deal with it. How does this funky time translate into real life events? Quite frankly, so many people are going through stuff at the moment. Big stuff, impactful stuff, very painful stuff. And this leaves us thinking and wondering, what on earth is going on? This isn't just happening in this community. I'm seeing it everywhere around me as well. And I know so many of you are reporting the same thing, experiencing this yourself, as well as seeing people in your own life hitting the wall, coming face to face with big, massive disappointments and dead ends. Is this true for you right now? Is this what's going on? If so, please pause the video, scroll down and let me know in the comments. So this is what I want to talk to you about today, this time of overwhelm where so many of us have been feeling incredibly painful feelings and suffering devastating events in our lives. And again, we feel like we're in the abyss, not really sure how to get out of it. It can be a shocking feeling for many of you successful thrivers to believe you would never feel such significant pain again. Yet here we are going through it. The good thing is that we have the tools this time to deal with it. You may or may not believe in energy reports, and I used to, when I had more time, write them for this community. And they're about energetic shifts, planetary alignments, and how we're all affected at a collective level, depending literally on what is going on in the ethers. These energy reports that many wonderful energy reporters do are often uncannily accurate. If energy reports and planets are not your thing, I totally get that. And I promise you that this video is about a lot more than that. However, if energy reports are something that fascinates you, then you may be really interested to know that there are huge planetary alignments and eclipses which are surfacing a whole heap of stuff right now. June was big for it, and July is going to be even bigger. To me, what is happening is the huge wake-up call of personal responsibility. If we've been living in delusions, meaning not living from our truth or our highest and most loving self, we're meeting these unhealed parts of ourselves like battering rams right now. This really means that we can't just sweep things under the carpet anymore. And with this time comes massive overwhelm. If we're clinging to old systems out of fear that aren't serving us, these may be crumbling around us. It could be relationships, career, health, or financial issues that scream at us when they hit no more. You cannot continue as you were here. These are the following things that are just not going to cut it for us anymore. Victimhood, blaming, old emotional addictions and habits that damage us, our insecurities, and having ingrained negative belief systems. And this time of intense energy shifts, so within, so without, is in our face like never before. If we're harboring painful, resentful, self-defeating beliefs about ourselves, others, and life, these are exactly the results that we're seeing manifest right before our eyes. The truth is we are meeting ourselves more now than we ever have, via the events we experience outside of us. If we're being abused, criticised, cut off and treated unfairly, this is all in relation to the flawed and painful belief systems that we're carrying inside. as well as our handing our power away, trying to gain love, approval, security, and survival from those around us who are not true sources of these things. It's so important to know that all of this is happening for powerful and incredible reasons for us and not to us. So in these crazy, powerful and painful times of the endings of false eras to make way for the birth of true ones, what is it in your life that is breaking down or has actually been ripped away? Is it a meaningful relationship? Is it a cherished dream? Is it a direction that you'd set your heart on? Is it your security? This happened to me very recently with my partner of 20 months. The relationship abruptly ended, and there is nothing on the outside that could be fixed. We have both decided rightly to go our own separate ways, and as I've done many, many times in my life, it's about going deeply inside myself to grow, heal, and evolve myself again. What else is there to do? The answer is nothing. I could spiral down into pain, self-recrimination, pondering, reminiscing and missing him, taking my energy out and into the pain, or I could work steadily towards a solution. We mine our greatest gold through our wounds. If we're willing to sit with and be with our pain and use quantum tools to move the toxic, dense pain out, then we get the breakthrough into even more of our true self. So like many of us at the moment, I'm deeply in a breakdown, breakthrough growth spurt. I'm presently doing hours of work on myself a day to move forward into being a more loving, compassionate, effective person, as well as a more capable, loving person in relationships. I'm letting go, in fact, spiraling up and out with quantum freedom healing in this death rebirth process, more parts of myself that don't serve me, and opening up the space and bringing in source where those wounds once were, which is the becoming of higher consciousness, of more love and truth, to be more of my true self. Okay, so these are the steps I want to grant you to help you shift out of your present pain and breakdown to get to your breakthrough. The first is release or resistance. The first thing is to not go into resistance. If we cling and hang on to the old orders in our life that are falling down, we're in for a very hard time. We get dragged through the stench and the decay of these things that we are no longer able to have in our life because they can't come with us to the next level of our emotional, spiritual development. So my highest suggestion is to make it your practice immediately to say to yourself, I bless and accept this, and I know that life and source have my back and wants the highest and best for me. This is all in perfect and divine order. Okay, then we have turn inwards instead of outwards. The next part of the puzzle is to stop frantically trying to control things on the outside and rather go quantum, meaning come inside to deal with things where they really are taking place in the creator universe that we are on the inside. If we don't take control of the only being who we have the power to control ourselves, we will be pulled completely out of control, especially in these testing times. Now is the time to connect to ourselves and love ourselves unconditionally, as well as be really honest with ourselves about what it is within and without that is no longer serving us. The thing is, I believe we always know. Often it just is that we aren't being honest with ourselves. We try to make deals with life and others instead of letting go, and the reason is because we still have unhealed insecurities within ourselves to address and heal. When we use quantum tools to let go of the toxic pain, to make way for peace, love, resolution and acceptance, we start to get our answers. Healing can enter. And then we have shifting the trauma out. When working on the shifting out of the trauma in times such as these, the overwhelm and shock may be so huge that you literally don't know what you're shifting out, or you may not be able to concentrate on getting information about it. And I really want you to know that you don't need to work out exactly what the trauma is in regard to information. If you have a tool such as quantum freedom healing, where you can move the trauma up and out of your body, then all you need to do is breathe deeply into it, be with it, fully feeling it, and then visualize the releasing of it. It will shift up and out, and you can then bring in the light of source to replace it, which starts shifting you out of the pain and into your relief and solution, which is your path toward growth and the next highest version of your life on that topic. I hope this episode can really help you, and I'm looking really forward to working with you on these topics within your comments and questions, which really are empowered self topics, about taking the ultimate road to freedom, breakthrough, and success when we suffer great pain and disappointment. Because that is the Thrive Away, knowing that if a breakdown is a 10 out of 10 on the scale, then the breakthrough will be as equally impactful. And remember, after narcissistic abuse recovery, gloriously we take it further. Why? Because we can. Lots of love. Bye-bye.